Hello everyone, and welcome to another Top 5 Records video. This has been a very exciting week for Pink Floyd fans because Pink Floyd in Pompeii, a legendary concert film, finally got its official release on vinyl this week. And not only is it exciting because of its mythical status, it also is very exciting because we do not have a lot of Pink Floyd live material on vinyl. Until this week, your best shot was this 2003 DVD. There were VHSs and laser discs, and there were also some unofficial releases, but this official DVD was your best option. Now, I did not play this DVD as often as I hoped for. As a matter of fact, a couple of years ago, I was hosting a screening of Pink Floyd in Pompeii in a very good concert hall here in Amsterdam, Q Factory. They have an incredible sound system, and when I got into the venue, the sound person was still changing and stuff because she said, it doesn't sound quite the way I hoped it would. She actually brought in some of her own speakers as a bonus to add something, a certain color, to get it to sound right. And the equipment at Q Factory is incredible. It's stunning. I've heard some of the best shows in my life there by Steve Harley, by Nina Hagen, by Electric Six, and it all sounded incredible. So the way I remember this DVD is it's an incredible concert film. But I remember the sound being pretty muddy. So I didn't know, is that the way they recorded it? Is it just the low quality of this DVD? Is it just not such a spectacular release? Isn't the source good? That made me very anxious to listen to this. The 2-set vinyl finally came in. Now, before I'm gonna start talking about the sound quality and if this is indeed an upgrade to the DVD, which is even a little bit of a bizarre question because this DVD also has scenes in between. It doesn't really flow like a typical concert film. Also, there is no audience. The idea was that they would play in the amphitheater in Pompeii, with the association of the volcanic eruption from years ago, to an empty amphitheater with only the film crew there. So that and scenes in between in the studio and other images. The director had a certain vision. Doesn't make it like you're gonna put it on and you just get a concert vibe or a concert feeling or a continuous flow of music. That is already a big difference here because these are songs. There's an intro there, the Pompeii intro, which remarkably or unremarkably sounds a lot like Dark Side of the Moon. Nevertheless, first of all, I'll show you this packaging. I love the artwork here. I think they did I prefer this to this. Very nice picture, or no, this has to be a picture. It can also be a still of the band performing. Love the lights there. I'll show you the inner sleeves, which again, film stills. Great choice to do it with film stills. Then you have the other good flat silent vinyl. It's very silent vinyl. There's a lot of nuance in this recording, and the silent parts really have to be dead silent, and the dynamics are stunning, and this is really incredibly captured on this vinyl. Dead silent, beautiful flat. I love these inner sleeves, and there is another great lovable present here. A very big poster of Pink Floyd at Pompeii. Now, I was actually considering putting this on the wall, but I never do that. And my walls are already full with as you can see, records and posters of my own films, as a matter of fact. Now, what does it sound like? This new mix by Stephen Wilson. It's the best live record, sound-wise, by Pink Floyd. The experience of this show, for me, gets so much more audio-wise depth than on a DVD. Now, there is the element here that you're not hearing any audience, obviously. And when you watch the concert film, the image does do something because the place is mythical and the empty visuals there of the amphitheater, it adds. The concert film is definitely a different experience. But purely sound-wise, when you get into echoes, part one, they split echoes in two here, just as it did in the film, and that's the case for Pompeii. There is so much detail. The quality of the drums, for example, is stunning. The voices sound so good. There is so much detail going on here. You will not find anything by Pink Floyd live with this amount of detail. Going into Careful with That X, Eugene. I love that sounding. Good performance. A Saucerful of Secrets. Ooh, it sounds so tight. Set the controls for the Heart of the Sun. I mean, that bass, that and the organ and everything is. It's such a beautifully recorded, detailed sound here. One of these days, the heaviness of Roger Waters' bass, which is in that song leading. I mean, there's this rhythm, there's this slap, there's this heavy, greatly grounded sound, and I've never heard this live with this definition, with this body. Mademoiselle Knobs, Echoes Part 2. I would have preferred Echoes in one part, but I mean, it's part of the Pompeii experience. This is the way they did it. Again, when you listen to the quality of those voices, and performance-wise, there's something interesting going on. There was no audience, so they could do it as often as they'd like. So you do not feel what you hear on other Pink Floyd live recordings. This urge, this also energy to reach out to the audience and to get things right immediately. The entirety of this performance is a lot more laid back. They are close to the heart of the music, though performance-wise, it just doesn't sound as urgent as, for example, the release of Dark Side of the Moon live we got 2 years ago, or for me, the Earl Scored show of The Wall. Yet, why compare? Those two shows, tracklist-wise, show no overlap with this, for example. This is a great, gorgeous presentation of early Pink Floyd. And I've been reading reviews from people who say that they were searching for their identity and their sound after Syd Barrett had gone. I don't believe any of that. I mean, Syd Barrett had left a long time ago. They already made metal. You may say Umaguma was more of a quest for identity, but here they have an identity. They have a narrative. They have a strong focus. And this is a unique, strong moment in time. It's a different Pink Floyd from Dark Side of the Moon. But then again, Pink Floyd was constantly changing, and an artistic process always has a quest for sound, a story. That's part of it. And at this moment, they were so creative, so successful, and you hear them in this gorgeous focus. Now, you also have side D, I should mention that. Careful with That Eugene, an alternative take, and A Saucerful of Secrets, unedited, which makes it 2 minutes longer than no, 2.5 minutes longer actually than the one on side B. Great extras, great release. I am so happy. Pink Floyd Productions, I'm not sure, Pink Floyd Music released this. But just as with the Dark Side of the Moon release 2 years ago, I'm gonna end this video with a plea. Please, please release stuff from the In the Flesh tour. I would love to have a vinyl of a professional recording of the In the Flesh tour from 1977. We really need to hear more Pink Floyd live because there's so much magic going on. As for now, I am so happy with this gorgeous, incredible sounding piece of vinyl. Thank you. And I'm curious, do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.